Slash's new record. We'll call it a record.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
it is a record.
It's awesome. It is a record, right?
Yeah, we recorded it to 2-inch. It's a real record.
Oh, really? Right?
I think this is going to do very well for you, sir.
There's not one bad song on the album. Like, usually you flip through an album, there's like one or two that you're like, ugh. But every fucking song was just great.
Yeah, Jimmy just came in gushing this morning.
I really did. I really did. You had a lot of people I like on it. I mean, how can you not like Lemmy? You have to.
Lemmy's great. We actually performed that song a couple times recently, and it's great. He doesn't play bass on it. He just stands there for the microphone.
Oh,
wow.
my God.
It's pretty cool.
He's a maniac, man. He's great.
He's great.
I Ain't No Nice Guy was great.
That was a song that we did together. That was I actually had the lyrics of that song because I think the lyrics are. He's a great lyricist.
Amazing.
But I had the lyrics to that song in my acoustic guitar case for years. Because I just thought they were so good.
That he actually wrote out, or you just printed them out?
That he wrote on.
There's a great version, like Ozzy's so good in that song, but I always thought, like, God damn it, that was Lemmy's song. And there's a version on YouTube of him and Phil just playing acoustic and him singing.
That's probably the best version.
Unbelievable.
There's something about the lyrics as it relates to Lemmy as a person that is really poignant. You know.
Yeah, he's amazing, and it's amazing he's still alive too.
You know, that's what Dr. Alibi is all about. It's one of the best songs on the record lyrically because it's something that I can relate to from all my years of abusing myself, and Lemmy has found that if he stops abusing himself, then he will die. And that's what the song's about. It's just great.
Yeah, I've been in places with him, and his green room is basically all he wants is like sour cream and onion potato chips, a book about Germany, and whiskey.
You know, during this session, my claim to fame is actually, you know, for the first time doing my own record where I put the production together, where I had to order him Jack Daniels.
Really?
Very cool. It was a big moment in my career.
Yeah, I got to sit down and have a couple of beverages.
Yeah,
with Lemmy
Vegas.
Out in it was California. Yeah.
Was
It
was LA at the poker tournament?
I could always count on him if I happened to be in a place that wasn't our typical sort of hangout. You know, like say. You know, for the Grammys, they have these pre-Grammy parties. I've seen you guys there where you do the radio shows and stuff. And if Lemmy's there, I always know he's holding.
Yeah.
He'll always have a flask on him, you know, holding the legal stuff.
Flask.
You know, and I always know that I can hang out with him and drink. But so now that I'm sober and he's still doing what he's doing, when we get together, it's cool. But it gives me that feeling of like, well, let's just do a shot. You know?
Oh shit!
I've had to control that.
How's the sober thing working out for you?
It's actually, you know what? I was sitting in a pub here in New York yesterday, and we were eating at the bar, and I was just staring at all the bottles. And I have absolutely no interest in drinking.
How long you been?
It's been almost 4 years.
Oh, it's great. Okay,
Jesus, wow.
Fantastic.
Right on.
It's been a good 4 years too. A lot of the stuff I've done over the last 4 years, I would not have been able to do when I was just, you know, because I couldn't. I had to everywhere I went, I had to stop at the bar first. So it really slowed me down.
We got to ask you about Ronnie James Dio. I mean, we lost him on Sunday.
Yeah.
One of the nicest. We've said it a million times. One of the nicest and most appreciative guys we've ever had on the show. Just a great guy.
He was a gem. And you know, people don't say it enough, but he was like the most iconic heavy metal singer of all time. And it happened so quickly. So I'm still in shock about that.
Isn't it sickening too that he's not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? I mean, all the bands he played with and what he did on his own. It's so and like the mainstream media didn't cover his death. It was
the influence
annoying.
of bands. I mean, the way he sang, just that singing style was taken by so many people.
Yeah, everybody
that were doing metal.
Ronnie,
yeah, just fantastic. And he's another one whose voice, I mean. Right up to the end was just right there, you know.
Yeah, I mean, 1 minute he, you know, all of a sudden, oh, he's sick. He's got his stomach cancer, but it's all good. And then the next thing I hear that he's doing really good. He's going to be back on tour in a minute.
Yeah, we heard that too.
2 minutes later, all of a sudden, he's on his last leg, and it was like suddenly, you know, this is it.
Yeah,
very dramatic 24 hours where he, you know, that whole period where he was back in the hospital and he only had a certain amount of time. It was just really a drag. I'm really good friends with somebody who's really good friends with him, and so we always talked about what was going on with Ronnie this whole time. So it's really sad. You know?
Sucks. We're running out of time with Slash, unfortunately. I wanted to ask you really fast about Steven Adler. How's he doing? We had him in about a year ago.
Yeah, Steven actually, he played on one of the songs on the record, on the Alice Cooper track.
Okay.
And I told him, I said, if you can get clean, if you can stay clean, then you can play on the record. So he did, and he's been doing great.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, he was a trip on that rehab show.
I was not obviously in the show, but I was with him the whole time, dealing with him the whole time. He was a mess. But that's what happens, man. When you go down that road, it's a little scary. You become somebody else, and your whole existence is led by the drug that you're doing. It's a little gnarly.
So you, him, and Duff are all sober?
Yeah.
That's great, man.
Yeah. Well, Steven still smokes pot, and I catch him
he's not sober.
Having a drink. Well, the AA would consider that not sober. Yeah. As far as me knowing Steven, that's good enough.
Yeah. That's fine. Just as good as it's going to get. So,
compared to what it was, it's an accomplishment, is what Slash is saying.
But, you really did a great job with this, man. Lyrically, everything is fucking on point, and I was just blown away going through song after song after song.
All right.
Everyone's
Stop,
had.
You're making me
but no, it's nice because so many times I've had to lie to people. Go, your album's great, when really it's shite. It's so nice to tell the truth.
You're a lousy liar too.
I really am awful. My eyes bug out and my hands do this.
He's got some tells. All right, let's get Slash out.
So what should we play towards?
In your honor, because you brought the Ozzy picture. Let's do "Crucify the Dead."
All right, "Crucify the Dead" is the Ozzy song.
Sure, we'll do that.
Yes.
And it's available now everywhere.
Yeah,
people know how to
anywhere
get
they sell records.
Yeah,
which is very. Where
the fuck do they sell records?
Local record store.
Yeah, Best Buy and Target. Can you believe it?
And the selection at Best Buy is not that good.
But you can get it online as well.
Yeah, you can download it on iTunes, all that shit. Slash, pleasure, man.
It's good seeing all you guys.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, here we go with the Ozzy song from
Slash's
album.
Absolutely.